And welcome, everybody. I'm so glad to be here with you today. I just want to welcome you to this Facebook Live today. And what a great opportunity for us all to deepen and awaken. And, the thing I love about Meilin is that she really is good at seeing people, seeing the big divine picture, and seeing who you really are. And uh, I suppose we're both good at that, but I love what she brings forth. She has a lot of deep wisdom and concepts to share with you. And also, she's a great sound healer as well. So if she is here now, we're going to bring her on to the stage. Here she is. All right.
Hello, everyone.
The fun thing is, I already introduced you, which is what we do in the beginning anyway. So,
Yeah, see? Perfect. You knew,
what,
you felt me all the way over the big pond.
yes, I was like, I don't know. I hope we got the right time. I just felt like, yeah, I felt all along like you might be a little bit late. So, okay, well, it's so grateful to have you here. I was telling them about who you are and how you serve, and a little bit. And you also have an amazing podcast, which we recorded me for. I don't think it's come out yet,
Nope.
but yeah, moving into oneness. And you also, I believe, have a radio show as well. And you've got a number of ways you're serving the collective, because that's what you're about, is serving that deeper awakening. Um, so I'd love for us to just start a little bit with talking about why you're called to serve in the way you do, Meilin. Speaking about like your soul's impetus to serve as an awakener on the planet. Tell us more about that.
I grew into it. I was born for it. But
Mhm.
I didn't know that as a young child, or it took a lot of frustration, a lot of fascinating people that nudged me or that saw what I was, right, Daniel? Most of us, we don't grow up in a tribe anymore where people see us. The moment we are born, they understand and they feed us information so we can become grand at what we are, yeah, and what we're born for. And so I think many of us, it's a journey to figure out what we are, who we are, and how to serve. And if we are so a little bit different and don't fit in the cultural setting we're born into, it's a little difficult. But luckily, it's getting easier and easier, and more people see already what children are coming with, what kind of gifts they're coming into this beautiful world. But going back, God, I always felt connected to nature since I'm a little girl. I think when my parents were still sleeping, I would climb the fence and run into the woods. Studied then later also landscape architecture because I felt comfortable with nature. But in between, I studied, veterinary medicine and business, because these were also parts of me that were interesting. That I felt that I could understand, and I wanted to know the world, or God, art, express myself through painting. But in when I was younger, it was looked down to if you became an artist or studied art history, right? So then I had to go all these different ways. But at the end, what is so beautiful, Daniel, and I think many of your listeners are standing in the same shoes or have been standing in the same shoes, we bring everything together. So something we do know, we cannot not do what we're here for. It hurts us. It hurt me. So there's no giving up. And there's just looking around of who can provide me with information so I can recognize more of who I am and what I bring. Books, movies, people from around the world, if you're lucky, your parents or friends, right? So that's how I figured out, and especially the love for cats, right? It doesn't matter if it was at the pre-vet or later in landscape architecture, I always created for them. And they always were here for me to nudge me forward when I got too stable in an area where I shouldn't stay any longer, so I could move forward to being and becoming the healer I am now.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the whole thing that we're just born to do what we're here to do. And I know that as I've been starting to share, for example, energy scan training again, and the zone I'm in with sharing this with the world as I have, in the past, and now it feels like it wants to go broader, larger than ever before. And I've been told, by those that read the fingers and the hands and all that stuff, and probably others, but you're meant to help healers to make money, or healer types, right? And it's right there, like it's literally, they can find it right into your DNA, so to speak. And I'm like, cool, that it's just but it's what you feel so filled with life with. You feel so aligned, so expanded with when you're doing it, and if you wonder if you're on the right path, then I would say you're probably not, right? I mean, in terms of like for your your outer purpose sort of work, right? I mean,
Yeah, allowing ourselves. I think, Daniel, you're so right. We know it often. We know it, we can feel it because it's so part of us. It's in every cell of our body. You can even, face readers, they see, where you have the high forehead. Many of us have the little bump here. So we're born with the eighth and very strongly developed eighth energy center, right? Our pupils and eyes. I mean, it says so much already in our face.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we look at it precisely, and but letting ourselves allow to do it. And I love that because it coincides what you just said, going back to energy healing, going really back to what you are superb in. And you're superb in many things, I believe, Daniel. But one thing we have neglected is the allowance or letting ourselves be a healer. It has been shunted, it has been put down, and maybe that's why I live after all these years in other countries, in Bavaria, in Germany, in Bavaria. It's one of the few places you can be a healer and you can call yourself a healer, and there's nothing that minimizes you. And I think that we'll fight for that again. We'll bring that out into the world, and ensure that we won't be, cut in little pieces and be silenced, so that we can speak our truth and spread it. Or if it comes through our hands, that it comes through my hands. And like you, Daniel, for a long time I looked only on the internet and what is there and how can I become famous on the internet. I mean, which happened then, but we neglect it. And I think there are many in our shoes using our energy, the light that goes through us, the brightness that we are and are bringing to the world. And it comes through our hands, it comes through our voice, it comes through our eyes, it comes through our touch. And the touch has been neglected, I think, worldwide as well, so that we can feel it again. Allowing ourselves to feel it and then use it. And thank you for you using your gift. I'm going to thank myself too, because that was a hard path and saying, oh my God, I have neglected my hands for now 10 years, but they need to be there. So again, doing much more. And can I never have my hands still? And you neither. You always,
Yeah, totally. Oh, wow. So, I mean, so I just want to give people a preview of some of the things that'll be coming ahead here. You are a sound healer. I don't know, you haven't even told me this maybe in this way, but like you're a channeler, you're a light language person and everything. Like you've got the ability to just channel all this energy to bring people into awakening. And when did that start happening for you? I'm kind of curious.
2012 was a year I couldn't fathom. I couldn't, and I still, a lot of things are happening now. And in this year, again, is one of those big 12 years, right? It all goes under the 24, is where we learn so much about ourselves, and things will happen we never thought would be possible. And so we can see that we understand. So I was at the trade show with a friend. He had invited me, and I was standing there painting little energy cards so people could go on their forehead and feel them. And then I walked around and I noticed all the things that were not right at that esoteric trade show and in Munich. And so I don't know, I came back and she said, "Oh, Meilin, you're out of your body." And so she and the guy from the neighboring booth, they took my hand. And then I started singing. I don't know, I sang for maybe half an hour. They said that the television came by. I didn't notice anything. People came by watching. And I had sung there, and people were so attracted. And they brought their children then later on. But I tell you what, I was so overwhelmed after that, because it just happened. I had nothing to do. I needed a year to give myself permission to sing freely, or almost 2 years again, because I said, "Oh my God, I got F's more or less in singing in high school." And there's now suddenly all wanted that I sing. And I always thought it was more the painting, the energetic painting, but that trumped it. So I learned, a Maori wise woman told me one day, "You will use your voice." And I didn't know how, but that was it. And I'm still using it. Even I go to washing machine, or I would wash the dishes. If something for the world needs to be channeled out and put into materialization, because so beautiful sound materializes and creates right away through that transformation, right? It happens, and that's fun.
Oh, wow. So it's something that you're just encouraged to do in the moment, and all of a sudden it opens something huge up for you and others. That's so beautiful. Oh, how fantastic. I know we have some people that would love to experience some of that. Now, if there are people here that would like even some individual downloads or whatever Meilin may be willing to share with you,
Sure.
Feel free to let us know you're here. I should be able to see your comments on this here on StreamYard. Let us know you're here, like, "Hey, I'd love to receive," and then we can go ahead, and although she won't be able to interact, like on a video with you, she can, pick up on your vibrations and speak to you. So if not, we'll just keep talking for now. But yeah, I'm grateful for anybody that may want to do that. So, especially if you're wondering, like, well, why am I here? What am I here for? Between Meilin and myself, like I'm telling you, we were not really be able to see a lot of stuff. I'm gonna let her obviously take the lead. So, so you really want to awaken, you really want to see what's next for your path, feel free to let us know. Okay, so wow, so for you, isn't that interesting? Because we have all these concepts of what we should be doing with our life and everything, and we try to figure it out, and maybe we do go to the psychics and these people and those people, and it's helpful. We get clues along the way for sure, but then some of it just kind of unfolds, and we're like, "Wow, this is what I'm supposed to be doing," and because we just show up in the right space at the right time, and it's almost like it just starts happening, is like how I view when we're open enough. How do you see it? It's like we just have to be open enough for our soul to unfold. It's kind of how I see it.
I think every a person, right? We're all light beings, and if we recognize that we're beautiful creators and we're able to dictate our life, right? But we're used especially in the Western culture, we are trained the last 2,000 years not to create our life. So this is a hard thing to switch. But there's so much support, I think, from nature, from the animal kingdom, from the star nations. They're nudging us forward and bringing us things where we can recognize ourselves and unfold and think. And there is always a certain knowing and trusting that knowing more and more. If a person says something, you feel it all through your body. People speak often about goosebumps. yes, yes, yes. Or listening more to ourselves in any action, in any household, job, partner, any children, that frees us up.
Yes, absolutely. The more we can let go of our encumbrances and follow our sense of our guidance, our knowing, which the idea is it's supposed to be easy to do that, right? Let's follow your guidance. But I think we have so much built up concepts, resistance, and we're focused just on we stay in our patterns. And it's like when you're getting a nudge to go out of the box, and that's where the big breakthroughs often happen, is when we finally navigate outside that box, right? And all of a sudden something new starts coming in. Well, speaking of which, I do want to, speak to this person that just commented. This is Brian Cole. He said he'd love to get he's calling it a mini session. He probably didn't know what the heck to call it. So I don't know, be a total mini session, but it'll give you some time and attention for sure. He wants to know about my path, where I'm at now, and it's going, where it's going, whatever she can share. So Brian Cole, now I've given a number of downloads to Brian over the years. I'm wondering what's your guided, if anything, to share with Brian today, Meilin?
Yeah, right away to open up strongly. It's like, if you would be right here now in Germany, I would give you a big hug. It's a sorcerer right there, Daniel, and that's why he's coming to you. It is. And what do I call a sorcerer? It's a shaman. It's a person. Brian, you are really someone of wisdom, you're able to connect to ancient wisdom in many cultures, and that's where you're also getting answers from. It doesn't matter, and you can really look at the gurus of India. You can look at the lamas in Tibet. You look at the Zens in Japan. Japan comes. The ancient ones, right? You're really interested in living for a long time, and that is a sign. So the non-material, as I call it, you're really interested in creating, in manifesting in the non-material and bringing it over into this beautiful earth, because your heart is here on earth to, in a way, save this beautiful planet, the landscape, nature. You feel the scars with a lot of pain. And as you uncover ancient wisdom, which is now showing itself, so there are people like you, Brian, and there are not many teachers for you, but you sense on places that are not so famous, where there was wisdom hidden, right? And so uncover it and feel that it is here for you. So open yourself up to the grand, and I have a song for you to support you from from the East, because there are a lot of, not that in US you have a beautiful shamans up and down the Americas, and you have this landscape that is nourishing. So again, touching trees, and that's for many, really feel nature, but you anyway go to places where you feel something. So follow your body, let your body lead you often. And so so for me, if I open up here, maybe you can do some tapping, or you sit in the sun, or you envision it, how you're opening up to be stronger and to hold more. So your body is going to develop more and more in being able to hold wisdom and the knowledge, first of all, that you bring, that others have brought, Star Nations are bringing. And there are many men, and this is also a little bit for these songs. Okay, I hope the internet, but StreamYard should be okay.
Yes, let's hear it. And everybody else, you'll benefit from this too, because
yes.
Yeah.
Bồi yên nhẹ nhân đình tờ nhìn sân bồ bồi yên châu trình tờ đình đình chân tờ nhìn chal chân nhìn vùng vùng quê lên đông chân đình đình tờ nhìn nhìn nhầm mông bùn chân đình 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 tờ yên đình đình sinh nhiên mông mê lên nhìn 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 ya vu quay lên nan na vu ye nun chân đình đình bu bu bu
Yeah, that felt very resonant for his soul. I'll tell you that. I could feel it. An ancient vibe, or whatever you want to call it. It felt really cool, and we'd love to hear any of your feedback, Brian, from all that. That's fantastic. And so now, what you are doing is it just sounds that come to you? Would you call it? I mean, I don't know. Like it's like a light language that you're bringing through sound. Is the vibe I sort of got from it? How would you describe that? I was just curious.
Sound is like what I've learned. I sing so many. I sing ancient cultures. I sing people that are living. I've sung a few shamans that live. I also bring sounds for star nations, old songs, and it's really for each purpose. It's different.
Yeah.
When it's needed, they appear. Otherwise, I don't sing. The words, the channeling is constant. I'm also a physical channel, so I switch. And people that are aware, they can see that my eye color changes, or if I do healings through dancing, right? That's what I love, dancing, being there and singing at the same time. And I'm gonna do that more again because I have neglected that a little bit too. And then whatever is needed comes for a person, and then normally it is in a setting, or it comes for culture or a topic of this earth. It took a while to be free enough to do it, but more and more I did. At the beginning I only sang to trees let the wind carry it, and then more and more now I just let it flow.
Wow, that's awesome. I could again. It helps. What I got from it is just helping us to remember, isn't it? Remembering,
Yes.
Something deep. Like the sounds of that time, the sounds of our soul. However, all these different aspects of it, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember that about me now. So,
and you will never forget. This is very important, Daniel. I've learned that now over, I don't know how many. It is something you can pull info back up, right? This will resonate with Brian for days now. And even then in a few months, and he will just have to remember that song. He'll get a little click. And Brian, for you, it's really important. Go please into a salt bathtub, cup of salt, and let other things get out. Always nice for you, wherever you travel in the world, always jump into the ocean, submerge yourself, take in the info of the ocean, and that's for everyone. We also are magical beings, important on this planet. We, you, I, give information also to nature. There is a constant exchange. In the moment people and you understand that, wow, then the communication happens and goes on. So, and encourage everyone else to do it.
Yes. So Brian says, yes, amazing, Meilin. So spot on about the wisdom. I've been interested in those ancient yet very relevant wisdoms. A lot more of it is coming through to me. It's amazing. It validates more of my feeling of why I'm here, more of the puzzle pieces. Amazing sound, singing. I could feel it moving along my scalp and tips of my ears. Thank you. Okay. And I got another comment. Beautiful. I believe. Yeah, that's probably from somebody else. All it says is Facebook user on here. That's why I keep looking at my phone. I'm like, okay, let me look at my phone who this is. So from Megan, yeah, that'd be. So Megan, are you open to receiving? Let me know because I had talked to her pre-show about the possibility of receiving if it all aligned with her timing and with our timing. So let us know if you'd like to receive. If so, we can do that as well. Um, yeah, it's such a gift that you're giving people. It's not again, it's like we all bring these unique gifts. Like not too many people do it that way, right? I might be like, okay, for me, I'd be like, oh, say I see a past lives, and it's another way of sharing information, downloads. Whereas in this case, we're getting the remembrance on a vibrational level through the sounds. So it looks like we got a yes from Megan. Okay, that's it's hard to track down sometimes on my phone, but I believe this is a yes from Megan. Her name is Megan Henry. She's pretty amazing, and as well. So, can you tune in and let's see what you may have?
Soft being, a very soft woman. Soft. I like to use the word in German is zart. It is this gentleness, this. And I'll invite you, Megan, to do that more and more and to connect to the moon. The moon is so important to bring the harmony and the balance you're seeking. And there's also a lot of your wisdom, the priestess. I don't know. There was a book called once, I don't know the name of it anymore, but it's a series of 3. And the last one is about Arthur. But the first book is really the first 50 pages are maybe the most interesting for you, where there is shown the priestess in Avalon and how she's outside at night, or similar it's in Lord of the Rings, right? The elves, you connect to the elves. This beautiful bowl of water with the moonlight shining in. So those tones and colors, do paint a little bit with those. The iridescent color, maybe on dark backgrounds, or paint something black and color. But they're able to go through that water. And that water is the reflection. You can have a lake at night. That would work. The ocean at night. So for you transcend through that. I'm not going to call it a portal, but it's just you go on the other side. It's again, you are also very interested in the non-material, but you're also very connected with the stars and the light and the lightness. So it's so fine, and allow yourself to become more fine. Maybe even through clothing. Look for clothing lines that make you softer. Clothing that enhances your being, so people can see you, because you speak more or less when you have something to say to the world, and then people should really listen when you speak. Then, so look maybe at clothing, look at your skin, even skin colors that you have, the eye color, the whites of your teeth or eyes, and whatever is in your hair. Even when you have a bruise, it shows those colors. That will frame you. But these flowing lines and your house, make it flowing. Bring in medicine that softens it. The rigidness wants to leave out of your life. The rigidness, yeah, that's the way I'm getting that.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I think that
if you knew who she was and some of the things she's done, it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting for you to know that. But so I could see that. She definitely shows up as a warrior, for the light and her specific way, without me telling her more about what she does. But yes, she does. She's, there's a lot of things I'm hearing that resonate for me with her. But I think it's fascinating you're pointing to the softness, because a lot of what I've seen from this person anyway, Megan, what I see from you is like I need to get stronger. I need to be that warrior at the same time. So I'm almost asking a question for her. So what do you say about that? Like there is such a strength in what you're talking about, that strength of the feminine or whatever you want to call it, that deeper softness or whatever. But then with that warrior energy she has as well.
I can understand her a little bit, right? I was also I was tough. I did 25 hours sports. I and college, you know, I was tough. I did a lot of things. You had to prove you. I was in professions mainly of men, business, lands. It doesn't matter. But do you know, Megan, we can be really strong in our softness. And again, also we women don't have enough examples anymore. I go back culturally again, 8,000 years ago, our temples, moon temples, were destroyed on purpose. And you can find the moonstones that were in these temples now in the Louvre, hidden in museums. So it is time for us to come back, because they knew the softer we are, the more dangerous we are.
Yeah.
And I believe very strong. And if you look at the moonlight, really the moon, for you, it doesn't matter if it's the new moon, the dark light, right? The dark, because light, the light, there's light that is white, yellow, then there is bluish light, there's light we don't see, but you have much of that people don't see. When our body is totally relaxed, expanded, you're unstoppable. Because you go with a grace, with an elegance, I remember, I have to bring up this one woman when I did Aikido. She was 80. People could not touch her. She would flip them over. So there's a beautiful, we can have sent out the energy. We were talking about the hands, Daniel and me, before. We have so much strength, and if we funnel that and you focus, so it is really like, let's use the elves again, but maybe then you think too much, it's abstract. Then come here, become the woman. Look at the old temples in Malta, right? 6,000 years ago, there was very lively exchange down there. People came to get those questions. So you have so many answers for people. When you get softer, they can feel you also more. So now when you're the warrior, right, you have to hold a shield that's heavy. It's almost like the knight in the Middle Ages, and you have to hold it up. It uses so much of your energy. I believe wasted energy. Put the shield aside, expand. Whatever comes your way, you decide if you want to exchange with it or not. Otherwise, you let flow it right through you. So you see, just by being present in the beautifulness, in the sensuality, in this gentleness, in this finesse, we don't have enough words. Let's create these beautiful words, but graceful sovereignty, this grace moving. In German, we have a word bedacht. So every movement is medicine. If people see you, they feel the energy of it, and it feeds and nourishes you. There's a song for you as well.
Oh boy.
Like the sound envelops you, and so it's like this beautiful. I brought it. I didn't wear it, but it's like this beautiful tuch, that women carry around, so light and beautiful. That's how I see you.
Wow.
Moving to that.
This is trying. It's so beautiful, and this Grace My Movement will be medicine. And he's talking before that about how powerful softness is. Really good reminder. More flow, more softness, embody the dynamic balance. So yeah, I do see this as true deep medicine for Megan, and it's just so beautiful. Yeah. And a comment again for Brian from earlier says, yes, I'm drawn to nature and living near a water source like a lake. The commune with nature is already happening. People comment about how many animals show up in my yard. Yeah, you're like a Pied Piper kind of vibe. You're right, jump right in there. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was really beautiful. That really touched me. That last one, it's just a beautiful energy. And yeah, and I just keep thinking about Megan. I keep thinking about what's available to her through what you shared to her, and I think it's so amazing. So I really appreciate that. Wow, guys, this is phenomenal stuff. Oh wow, we could just keep taking this in, right? So Meilin, um, yeah, I mean, what I don't think we have other new people lined up, but if there is anybody new that would like to receive something briefly today, we could do maybe one more. But other than that, Meilin, for people that may have to run soon and whatnot, where are some good places for them to reach out to you and connect with you if they wanted to maybe work with you more, receive more from you? What are good avenues for that?
Thank you for asking, Daniel. Meilin Ehlke on all social media. That's the easiest to reach me, or also my website is called meilinelke.com.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Nice and simple, right? Nothing complicated. I like that. Her pitch took a whole 10 seconds. I like it. Okay. Fantastic. So, what are there any other things you want to share with people?
Yeah, what came while you also speaking a few times is don't do things alone anymore. Mm-hmm. It's so beautiful as I'm sitting here and feeling your energy, Daniel, and we're doing this together at the moment. This is so beautiful, and I think more and more this is going to be the new way. And together we are stronger, and together we see each other better. And it's so important now that we see people, that I get seen, that you get seen, right? That we go and take the time to really sense and feel a person and to speak out what we see, to put it into words. And for everyone out there, put into words what you desire, what dreams you're after, so others can hear and say, oh my God, I can support you here and there. We've been so holding back for decades, many of us now. But our time is not over. I'm now in middle and 50s. We're going to live a long time. And so again, I think, Daniel, you attract so many beings that are just now starting. They're so fine, right? That now they're able to be heard and seen better. So it will unfold in a quicker way than ever before. Like there was in a little bit of a holding pattern in a hub, building straight, patiently waiting. So thank you, all of you, that you patiently waited and that you feel now that it's the time to go out. Put your feelers out, friends, where you feel comfortable, and maybe let go of people that don't make you feel so comfortable, and friendships. Don't lose any time. There is an urgency in this year, I already think, and then in the next years, for you to be you. But I believe again, Daniel, you're inviting so many people who will be the future caretakers, a leader. The leader is not always the right word. The council will be future council people in many different topics, looking out for the best of the world and humanity. Now we don't do that anymore alone, and we start practicing right now and come together and combine those gifts. Now what we're both here doing, it exponentially increases the width that goes out. We're sitting in a room, but it goes out of the window. It goes into the internet. It goes around the world.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I just want to just sit in this vibration that you've what brought us into, and that's kind of where I'm at. Like, okay, I just want to zone in on just being here now, and that's it. That's how good it feels. We did get a thank you. I'm not sure. We'll take it as a thank you for both of them. So I got read. But you have a
Thank you.
comment. So yeah, I think I just want to thank you for your blessings that you had to share today. There's endless topics we could get into. I try to set up bullet points of what today would be, but we let things organically flow, and I feel we blessed everybody with your gifts. So I'm grateful for that. Any very last words before we wrap up today?
Yeah, you mentioned it again, and I want to highlight that once more. You can put bullets down and set intentions, but be in the moment. Really in the moment, and see what is around you, see and feel it. And it's like you're moving with everything. You're not moving alone. Your energy, your particles are touching many other things. Oof, it's just come. I never said that before like this. I love it. I can feel it. It's like all of us are moving now in a different way because we feel everything. It's not, we're not like, singly going anymore. It's, thank you, Daniel. I don't know if you can feel it, but I can just now feel the magnitude of our being, of your being, of each person who is now listening and seeing this, and how when you move in accordance, in relationship, in co-creation with everything that is around you, above, below, and behind. And very important, do not ever estimate what is behind, that walks with you.
Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so true. I mean, yeah, often in our daily life, we get into, well, here I am, just little old me trying to do my thing in the world, and and we forget how infinitely one and connected we are, how much support and love there is from every direction, and that there is that divine harmonics that's turned on all the time when we take the time to just to deepen into that, get centered, and you're just really great at activating that awareness. I mean, and then we can experience that and play on from there, co-creation. So
playing, important, playing, having fun.
Yes.
You're so much more creative when you have fun and when you play.
Yes. I've got a comment, good point. Things change moment to moment, no matter what we plan. That's right. And thank you so much, Daniel and Meilin.
Thank you, everyone.
And this has been so much fun and informative. Okay, awesome. Well, I think we'll leave it there for today. And I encourage everybody, if you have even a few more minutes, to just sit and meditate after this. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit in its beautiful energy that's been activated for us, and just soak it in. Okay. All right. Thank you all for tuning in today. And thank you, Meilin, for your profound gifts that you've shared with us today. I'm so deeply grateful. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me, and everyone, the best to you. You're beautiful.
All right. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye.